Okay, now, I would entertain a motion to open the planning board public meeting for February 14th, 2023.
So move.
Second that.
All in favor?
Rosanna,
Yes, ma'am.
Nathan,
Yes.
Berninder,
Yes.
Kate,
Yes.
Mimi,
Yes.
and Jeff has his hand up. I don't know if there was something before that opening, but
Madam Chair, if I may,
Please.
an item that's not listed on the agenda, but would go under number 4, project updates, old business, new business. Currently in the room is Tyler Mullins, representing the Bay State Kindred project. And though this, he kind of wants to bring forward a change that we want to determine whether or not it's considered amendment or would be worthy of reopening a public hearing or whatever, but basically bringing it to the board. And I was just hoping we could get him in and out before we start any other topic that might be longer than that.
Well, I'm happy to take that out of
Thank you.
order. How says the board? Okay, seeing no objection, let's take that up.
Thank you.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you, yes,
Do I need to state my name and address?
please
Yes.
do.
Okay, Tyler Mullins. I'm with Stingle Hill Architecture, the architect on the project. And we're at 613 West Main Street in Louisville, Kentucky. So the purpose of bringing this up, just kind of want to get everyone's thoughts on this issue that we've come across. As you know, I guess following the COVID, lead time issues with projects have been an issue. So an issue that we've come across recently is we had to pivot our generator enclosure that was previously approved in the site plan is 10 feet tall. Our original generator was 10 feet tall. And we had procurement issues on the contractor side with that specific generator. And the owner elected to pivot to be able to meet the schedule and be able to serve, the community at the original agreed upon timeline. And the generator that was switched to, it had the same specifications as the one that we originally had in the project, but it's taller. So my purpose in bringing this up is that the new generator will basically extend above our generator enclosure.
Mhm.
I brought this up to Jeff. He thought it was a good idea, obviously, to bring it to the board. And I shared some information with him. Just by happenstance, the generator that we ended up getting is tan in color, which is the same color as the concrete masonry enclosure that surrounds it. So in our opinion, it will kind of just appear as an extension of the wall anyway. In addition to that, if you look at our site plan, if you're approaching the building from the main entrance, there's a row of trees. They are white. I think they're white pines and some firs, in addition to a standalone screen wall that will shield view from any public space, I guess, from the parking area or the entrance or the road. So I guess our proposal is that we just allow that generator to stick up above the enclosure.
Sharon, I just sent you an email that had some of the images that Tyler shared with me. And I was hoping you could share your screen just to kind of illustrate, because that illustrates the transformer and then illustrates the wall colors.
gotcha. Well, you're gonna have to see a whole bunch of other things probably.
It doesn't matter. It's associated with an email, just with some
Yeah.
notes there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. So the top there in green is our approved finish from our submittals. It's a split face,
Yeah.
integrally colored CMU, it's a tan color. And then the generator is down below there, the one that we ended up having to switch to meet the schedule. And then I think I attached a couple of documents to this, which just kind of shows the location of the screen wall. And I'm happy to share too, if you want me to.
Go for it. I'll stop.
Okay. So this is the document I sent to Jeff. So our main entrance is down here on the bottom right of the screen. Kind of have an arrow here, kind of pointing right at that generator. The generator and the enclosure is right here on the site, on the right side of the building. And then we actually have a standalone screen wall here that's 12 feet tall. And then we have a whole row of trees here. And like I said before, these are, let me pull up the schedule. So those are Fraser firs and white pines, all of which grow to a significant height. So I don't think there'd be an issue with screening there, but just kind of wanted to illustrate to you here that in my opinion, those will do a great job of, if there was any concern about the appearance from the street and the public view, those trees and that screen wall would do the job in my opinion.
So
If you look at, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just going to ask about the size of the trees at planting and how
Mhm.
soon they're going to reach a height where they really will do all of that screening. Because you know, I think you're right. I think that this is just a question of how long it is before they take care of any visual issue whatsoever.
Right. Yeah, so I can tell you, based on our landscape plans, they're going to be purchased at a height of 10 feet. Looks like the white pine 8 to 10 feet and the fir is 9 to 10. They both grow to significant heights of
Yeah.
40 and 50 feet. And then also just one thing, other important item to note is that the parking area is about 6 feet below where those trees are planted to begin with. So
Yeah,
we're already 6 feet below. So your perspective from any of these areas, I mean, significantly lower at the entrance. So just something also to just keep in mind is you're going to be about 6 feet below anywhere you're looking from the parking area.
yeah. And you know, my impression is that these are relatively fast growing trees. I just don't know for sure.
Yeah, and that's a good question. Off the top of my head, as the architect, I don't know. I'd have to check with our landscape architect, but it says at maturity, obviously. I don't know how quickly that happens, but I would think.
Yes, but they don't need to get to 20 and 40 feet for them to provide full screening.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep.
Well, any comments or questions from the planning board?
Yeah, Kate has her hand up.
Okay, Kate?
Just to confirm, am I correct in remembering that the fence is for a visual barrier, not for a noise barrier? Sort of my first question. We're not
Yeah.
not worrying about the noise.
Right. It is. Yeah. It's primarily there for aesthetics.
Okay.
It does
So-
provide, obviously it will provide somewhat of a noise mitigation as well.
Okay, because so I guess my question is, does the height of the fence matter in that regard is my first question. If it doesn't, I think, the 10-foot height is probably visually more appealing than a taller wall anyway. But
Yeah.
then about the trees, because I know that other people who've come before us have also had trouble sourcing their trees, given everything that's going on. And I guess I would just want to make sure that, I think personally, if they're going in at a 9 or 10-foot height, that's probably reasonable, but I wouldn't want to see it. I wouldn't want to see you come back like at planting time and say, well, we couldn't get the 10-foot trees, so it's
Right.
a 6-foot tree.
Yeah.
If you can't get the 10-foot tree, I'd like to, if it's a problem of getting that height, I'd like to see it taller rather than shorter.
Yes.
10 feet seems like the minimum it should
Oh, yeah.
be.
I agree. Yep. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can say to that is that, we actually, Jeff knows this. He came out and checked the site. Our contractor's really been on top of it, and their landscape subcontractor. They actually got some trees in this fall. Jeff came out and checked them, so he can attest to the fact that we're installing what we show on the drawings. So yeah, then definitely that we'll take note of that and relay that to the contractor and make sure that we're not installing anything in that area that's less than 10 feet.
Great.
And obviously they'll grow, like you said, relatively quickly to even more than that. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Tyler, those, pictures that you sent to Jeff in an email, do you have those as an attachment?
You've got them, Sharon. I forwarded them to you.
Because I can't download them. I see them, I just can't download
Okay.
them.
The documents in the email, they're
Yeah,
showing the colors.
yes.
I can send you kind of just a follow-up email with everything in in PDF form if you want that.
Whichever way I can download those, because I can't on those.
Okay.
I have the other two that Jeff, the maps that you're reviewing, I have those. The
Okay.
grading and the site layout, I just can't do those two visuals there.
Yeah, I'm happy to send those to you.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, and just to make absolutely sure that Kate's question got answered, this 15-foot generator is not going to create more noise than the 10-foot one would have, and doesn't require additional buffering. Is that correct?
You're correct. Yes, that's my understanding. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. And again, anyone else have questions they'd like to ask at this point? If not, I think we are down to questions of how we want to proceed with this. It seems like a very reasonable proposal. And I can't imagine us wanting to hold you up over the fact that you couldn't get a 10-foot generator.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
So, site plan amendment? Or Jeff, is this something that you think we can just sign off on?
Well, I mean, on some level, I think that we should at least receive an amendment form, just so that way it can document that, in fact, we had something on file. I think, just so that way, to put something in the file to show that this was thereby approved by the board.
Yeah, no, I think that's right. We certainly don't need to reopen a public hearing over this.
Right. Right. And if they could just give us the form retroactively, so if the board could approve the changes tonight, and then just pending that he provides that, there's not really, out of an amendment, there isn't necessarily a formal, or I guess there's an informal response letter. Or response, of the,
Decision.
thank you. But it's, I don't think, you don't record that. That's not a recordable document. That's just, right.
I do record it at the clerk's office.
Right,
when
but
it-
they don't have to record it at the registry of deeds.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, Jeff, we're happy to do that if that's what
Thank
the
you.
board would like, the process that you'd like us to follow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that certainly, it's efficient. It gets a bit of actual business done. So what is the pleasure of the board? Do you want to move along to a vote now or bring it up later in another portion of the meeting?
Let's just do it now if we can.
Okay,
Yeah, I think so. Let's do it. Finish with it.
thank you. Motion to approve the site plan amendment as presented to us tonight.
So moved.
Second that.
All in favor?
A roll call vote, Rosanna,
Yes, ma'am.
Nathan,
Yes.
Bernander,
Yes.
Kate,
Yes.
and Mimi.
Yes. Okay, well, thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing this project open and running.
Yeah, same here. Thank you for your time.
Thanks. Okay, so back to regular order. We do not have to address the zone change site plan review special permit section of our agenda because we've continued both of these things. And we are on to planning board business. So we do have on the agenda a potential executive session for topics related to the proposed drive-through facility litigation. Does anyone feel we have anything to address under that heading?
Does our attorney have anything?
If not, we can move along to the second executive session on our agenda. And I would entertain a motion to enter Actually, Sharon, do I need to recess the meeting of the planning board or can we just go into executive session?
We can vote to go into executive session.
Okay, excellent. And I would entertain a motion to go into executive session to discuss topics related to Planner One application preliminary screening per section AML General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A8.
So moved.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
By roll call vote, Rosanna,
Yes, ma'am.
Nathan,
Yes.
Berninder,
Yes,
Kate,
Yes.
and Mimi.
Yes.
Okay,